What is up, everybody? Circoflex here, bringing you guys another replay. This time around, we're gonna be looking at Westfield. Hannes is playing the Panzer, the Rheinmetall Panzer Wagen something, the Tier 10 light. So yeah, indeed the Panzerwagen from Hannes. Playing on Westfield, like I said, we are top tier. It's a nice matchmaking where we get the 3 top tiers, 5 mid tiers, and 7 bottom tiers. And Westfield, not really my favorite map. Also, I like how the replay system keeps making my mini map so freaking small. That's great. But fun fact, actually, I don't have this tank on the live server, so it kind of caught my eye there because I was kind of interested in seeing what it could do, as we already face our first enemy here in the Sheridan. Goes for the HE and mentions the pennant as well. Let's take a close look here. 120 pen for the HE, which is obviously reminiscent of the RU, which also gets that high pen HE. And again, CDC's, Lorraine's, and Sheridan's, that obviously works very, very well, although he just missed that shot against Lorraine. But Lorraine's like, you know what, just shoot me again, dude, I don't care. And then, pens him with the APCR, of course. But yeah, HE is kind of the thing here, just like on the RU. The high pen HE is really, really nice, especially with the latest patch where there's scout tanks fucking everywhere, basically. But the reason why this kind of caught my attention is because, as far as I know, I'm kind of led to believe that this is one of the weaker tier 10 light tanks, but I personally really liked it playing it on the test server. But a lot of people seem to agree that the Chinese is actually one of the better ones, which is surprising, because and it's mainly because I guess the high alpha. This tank only has the 360, not the 390, which, for trading purposes is fairly big. And then you have the 280 heat pen and the 242 APCR pen. I quite liked it because it had gun depression. It's fast. Camo was good, but I think that the general consensus is actually that the AMX and the Chinese Scout and Tier 10 are really, really good. So like I said, we're here in Westfield, which I like Westfield. I feel like if you look at the minimap here, I feel like this area is kind of decent with no artillery to rain down. Like, there's some cool place here. And the scouts and the mediums that go into this corner, which is still somewhat needed, is like a really, I don't know, it feels like a really dumbed down area to fight in, right? As we go in aggressive now, because they kind of backed off after getting shot in the face a bunch. So he's going for the aggressive move here. I kind of like it. The Raffioli has side shots as well. This HE is actually just doing great work. I also noticed that this tank doesn't have too much ammo, because I would love to be able to shoot a lot of HE here. Because I remember in the RU I had the same thing. With the RU was tier 8 and top tier, that it was really fun because you could one-shot a lot of artillery, stuff like that. And of course, CDC is like a prime target here. Although, of course, you have absolutely no armor, not even in the turret. It's another one of these things that is really cool, by the way, is that the gun actually goes up in the turret, giving it the gun depression. Otherwise, it would have like almost no gun depression. Puts another shot in the skull and also tracks him, I do believe, there. And yeah, so it seems to be doing reasonable as far as I could tell. I mean, this is obviously a good replay, but I still think that this thing should be pretty decent. The only thing I can see is that it has almost no ammo for what it is. But we're already at almost 4,000 damage here. Spot the artillery as well. And he's like, you know what, this artillery deserves it way more than this RU. And was that the correct call? It's kind of hard to tell because there was almost no one else shooting the RU, and he kind of left the STA2 to die over there. But, we do take him out. We do have perfect shots on these 3 enemies here. The Indian, the Jack Panther 2. This is like perfect shooting, right? We get perfect use of our amazing gun depression. There's tier 8s and there's one of the tier 10 scouts to shoot at. As the Sheridan ran all the way away and actually got, fairly far as well. The team seems to be dying left and right, though. They definitely lost this 1-2 line fight here. Which you could almost kind of predict, because the tier 10 was a grill 15, their tier 10 is an E4. They also have things like motions and stuff like that, so it was kind of a hard fight matchmaking wise. take out the Eggman to 2, and this is always awesome to see. You know, this is what scout things are still really good for, is that high speed and maneuverability. Remember, these things are way more maneuverable than the tier 8 light tanks ever were. And yeah, the guns are derpy, and yeah, for some weird reason, a lot of them lack some view range as well. And I can see like that some of these scouts, or maybe all of them, might get slight buffs again. It's, you know, somewhere in the future. Not that I've heard anything, but like something tells me that they might get another little small tweaks. You know what I'm saying? So now we're in a lot of shit here because we're in the dip, which is fairly decent because obviously the artillery dies, so you can't get shot by him. Put in a very nice shot to the Sheridan there, bringing him to a one-shot, and he gets actually artilleried. And now it's the E4, the Maushin, the Chrysler DF, and an IS-3 versus just us in the Panzer Wagon and the Batchat. So this is obviously a really tough spot to be in. Our artillery, however, seems to actually kind of play the game decently, but now the E4 shows up. Can we do anything here? The E4 is trying to get a hit. Actually manages to track him with the auto aim. Chrysler DF misses. IS-3 takes aim, misses. Maushin, I think, also shot and misses. Or no, he takes aim now. And gets another auto aim into the side of the Maushin. Some pretty lucky shots there also into the E4, but they also started missing him. So it is really, really close here. But like what I was about to say is that this artillery actually seems to actively play the game and not just sit there like most artillery people do, as he actually moved to K0, which is something that these guys will never ever go to in the long run, right? Maybe in the end game, but they're gonna have a hard time finding him, so the artillery can actually help him out. Oh, and the E4 just fucked up. Why the hell did he shoot? That makes no sense. He had Hennes dead to rights here. That was really bad play from the E4. Oh my god. And artillery actually managed to finish him off. And as we can see here in the ammo choices, we're down to our heat. The IS-3 shows up. We have 3 more shots left. We could theoretically kill an IS-3 if the IS-3, you know, doesn't roll for over 399. We could actually survive this hit and take him out as well. The Maushin is incoming. As he snapshots the front, obviously we can easily pen this. Especially with the heat at 280. Artillery again comes in, providing the easy shot onto the IS-3. And like I said, this artillery actually looked like he kind of knows what he's doing for once. It's good to see a more active role from the artillery. And now they've brought it all the way back, which should have been pretty much a loss. The excellent play of Hannes here scouting for the artillery. And the artillery actually knowing, you know, who to shoot and not to shoot a Maushin when the E4 is up in Hannes' face. Stuff like that is really good to see. Also, for those who didn't pay attention, that the Maushin, I think, fell down the hill as far as I could tell in third person. Not really sure if Hannes actually noticed this, because, you know, when you're in the thick of battle, you seem to notice less. That's just the way it is. But overall, we got 1 shot left, 8,000 damage, and he actually picks up the Maushin here. Spots the Maushin, he has 1 more shot. Can he get that fade-ins going? Would be an awesome conclusion here with already 6 kills and, like I said, 8,000 damage. But the artillery actually is, you know what, let's play it safe, and managed to kill him off. So, you know, overall, really cool play here. And it's cool to see this tank as well, because like I said, I feel like it doesn't show up too much, at least not on my World of Tanks replay side. And to see somebody doing this well in a tank that, you know, from what I can tell, people regard as not one of the better light tanks, it's really, really cool. And it's awesome play here. Obviously, 8,000 damage. Got a little bit of spotting, not even getting that much spotting, unfortunately. But especially the end game was, you know, well played. And also a shout out to this artillery player, actually, for knowing when and how to shoot, and actually moving up as well. Because even if the Maushin was on a lot of health, and maybe Hannes died to a lucky shot by the Maushin from range or something like that, you know, the artillery could have maybe worked with it. The artillery still had the option to cap as well in like some kind of dire situation. So it's good to see that the artillery player also actively played the game, which is really, really good to see. So now we should be going off to the replay, or, you know, the upload, because you guys always want to see these numbers. So here they are. Obviously, this was an ace. You don't do 8,000 damage and walk away with like a second class. So here we go for the team score. Pretty much hard carrying the ever-living crap out of this team. The Vetch Artillery actually didn't do too much, but, you know, enough to carry the game in the end. And I feel like he did most of this damage actually in the end game, so maybe he was busy traveling to the K0 to basically save save him from dying early on. So yeah, actually really well played. As you see, almost 20k W8 as well. Detailed report, we still made money, even though he shot all of his heat. He shot, the thing only gets 30 shells. It's actually ridiculous, right? 8-minute game. We still made 28k. That is real premium. Without premium, he would have only lost 5k, considering that he shot all of his heat, basically through necessity, not because he, actively only shot heat or anything like that. So, extremely good game. Thank you so much, Hedis, for sending this in. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay as much as I did. If you did, maybe subscribe to the channel. Check out some other replay casts that I've done. Also, don't forget Circon.record.com. Link is down below. If you have an awesome game of the current patch, or somewhere in the future you'll have an awesome game, please do upload them. I would love to see more fun replays, especially of the more rare tanks and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.